I'm going to explain to you the best way to go about outreach, especially when what you want to land are the top tier clients, the high paying customers, because you want those big paychecks, although these strategies also work for low tier customers. And regardless of what position you find yourself in, whether you're a freelancer, you're a setter, you're a business owner, anything that requires you to go out there and do outreach to get clients, this applies to you and you're gonna get value out of this. This video is inspired by a question from my Skool community, so feel free to join. You're gonna find the link for that in the description. And what I want to talk about are the 3 principles that you have to follow to be extremely effective with your outreach. And then at the end, I'll explain to you one underlying philosophy behind these 3 principles, but I can only explain that to you at the end of the video, because otherwise if I explain this to you now, it's not gonna make sense. So the 3 principles. The first one is provide value first. So think about this. All these online marketers, all these funnels that you've probably seen, where people give you for free an ebook, a sample of a course, some webinar where they explain you some free skill. All of these things, why do you think they do that? Yes, for sure, it is because they want to capture your email, so then they can just retarget you again, right? And they can try to sell you product A, product B, product C. Yes, that is one reason, but it is also because of reciprocity, so they can start building that relationship. But even more important, it is because they want to prove that they have value. This is the most important part of all. It's like they're giving you a taste of what they're capable of, so that you know they can help you and that it makes sense for you to then go and buy the entire product. And you can apply this same philosophy, this same strategy when you're doing outreach. So say for example, you're a video editor. Instead of just sending the classic email that everyone sends, that's just a copy paste, that's like, hey, name, I've seen your content, it is amazing. I am a video editor and I could make your videos much better. Here's my email if you want me to work for you. Thank you. Which is like, I mean, yes, I guess that's okay, but like, you're not gonna get a lot of responses from that if it's just a simple copy paste, no customization, no anything, right? But now imagine the opposite. Imagine that you send an email, imagine that you're pitching this to me, and I am not suggesting you do that because right now I don't need video editors, but imagine that you're like, hey pal, I've seen your YouTube channel and I really like what you're doing. You seem pretty authentic, and I like the fact that you're approaching this personal brand that you have covering different topics, you know, like health, wealth, relationships, spirituality. I think it's pretty cool. I really like this specific video. In fact, I actually downloaded this video, I chopped it into shorts, and I did 2 shorts or 3 shorts, it doesn't matter. And I did an edit for you that if you want, you can actually use it. I've attached them to this email. The reason why I did that is because I'm a professional video editor. So if you like them, feel free to use them, and you can also contact me and we can work together. I would love to do that. Wish you the best, yada, 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 name. Is it perfect, this thing that I just came up with? I mean, for sure you can make it better, but if you sat down and you thought about it, I just came up with it on the spot. But this right here, it is way better than just some random copy paste, which is like, this is what like 99% of people are doing nowadays. I never reply to this thing. And here, the fact that it's not just that it's customized, but you are providing free value, which is important because what you're telling me in a way is that you're not lazy, right? You know what you're doing. You're also demonstrating your skills, which is actually very important. So I can see what you're capable of, because I want to see if you're actually going to be better than what I currently have. And you're playing with these things that I was mentioning before, you know, reciprocity. You're building a relationship. You're showing that you care. People want to hire others who care about what they're doing. If you just do copy paste, this basically is like you saying like, hey, I'm lazy. I don't even know exactly what you're doing, and all I care about is just getting money into my bank account. I just want to sign you. I just want to send you videos, and I just want money. Like, I'm desperate in a way. But this feels way more human. A human that cares, that knows what they're doing. And you can apply this to absolutely everything. If you're a copywriter, same thing. You could go to someone's website and be like, hey, I came up with 5 better headlines for your funnel that I think they could convert way more than your existing headline. Or I wrote an entire sales email that you can send to your newsletter to promote this product that I've seen you've been selling recently. Like, right there, you just said it. Like, I did this thing for you that it's gonna be valuable. I actually know what you're working on. I care for you. Like, this is just amazing. This is at the top of the line when it comes to outreach. If you're a web designer, you just have to get creative. You could do like a Loom video and you record yourself analyzing a prospect's website, and you're like, oh, okay, this element that you have right here, you should change it, and this could increase your conversion rate. This thing right here is actually not good. You should move it to this place. This thing, I would remove it, right? You just give them a few tips as you go over their website. Even if you're a personal coach or personal trainer, and imagine that you want to specialize on clients who are millionaires, right? You could go on Instagram, find these guys, look at their stories, and when they post stories of them working out at the gym, You could respond to them just giving them tips or corrections. Maybe the form that they're doing is not good, and you can send back even a video, a voice note, just trying to help. That's the thing. Like, the big skill here is just having empathy. One trick you can do is imagine that you didn't need any money, right? You were already set, and you see all of these guys, and you think to yourself, like, okay, what could I do for these people? Like, what do they actually need? What thing of value I could provide to them? You actually have to sit down and put in some effort into making all of these things. People want value. We're so tired of just spammy stuff and just people who are like me. Think about what you can do for them. And the thing that a lot of people say is like, well, I don't want to work for free, I'm not gonna get paid. Well, think about it in terms of you're gonna get paid later. What you're doing now is securing that contract. Because if you do this, like, your chances that at least they're going to reply, you're going to get into a conversation that if then you have the sales skills to close them, you're gonna have like 5x, 10x, 20x, honestly, I would say even 100x more chances that they're going to say yeah. Now, this leads me to the second point, which I've already kind of mentioned it before, which is customization. You have to customize everything. As I was saying before, the first example that I gave you was just a simple copy paste. The second one, I'm already mentioning things like, oh yeah, I've seen this thing that you do, I really like it, this angle, this product that you're selling, whatever it is. It has to sound genuine, like it's coming from a real human being. It's so interesting because before I had this YouTube channel, I had a website, and sometimes people would contact me because they wanted to sell me services. And I also already had my Instagram. And one thing that I found fascinating is it is so easy to target me, to send me an interesting message, right? You can just go to my Instagram and be like, oh, okay, you live in Bali. Oh, you've been with these guys. You're into e-commerce. Oh, you went to Singapore to this mastermind by Steve Tan, Eben Tan. I also had my website, which it was different than this before, but I was giving some information about me. I am so easy to reach out to. And even then, people made no effort. And I think over the last few years, there's only been like 2 guys who made an active effort to contact me with a custom message. And those are the only ones that I've replied to. Everyone else who was just selling me this crap and sending me these sort of messages, I completely ignored. That's the thing, like, the competition is so bad and so low that it is kind of easy to stand out if you customize your message. It's kind of like the same thing with dating, right? Most men nowadays, they don't approach women like face to face on the street, cold approach. So when you do that, it is so easy to stand out and have an advantage. There's barely any competition. Now, lastly, let's go to point number 3. This is what I call infinite follow-ups. You have to keep reaching out to these people until they very explicitly say no. If they do not say no very explicitly, keep reaching out to them. And here's the thing, even if they don't respond, keep reaching out. Because keep in mind that sometimes you might have the wrong email, you might have the wrong account. Maybe the week you were trying to message them, they were traveling, so maybe you were texting them in a bad time zone. Or maybe they actually saw your message, they thought about replying, but they got distracted with something else and they forgot. So keep doing those follow-ups. And when you do, make sure you customize everything. And the cool thing about follow-ups is that it opens the possibility, it opens the door to build rapport. Because now you can start mentioning other things. You can put context about yourself and about them. You can throw a few jokes, right? You can start to develop that relationship. Now, it's not that you have to keep giving them video shorts or emails or copy or sending them Loom videos, whatever it is. You don't have to keep providing insane value, but you can throw around a few ideas, okay? You can keep building a little bit on what you initially did. But again, be genuine, okay? You have to be genuine. You have to be a real human that cares about others, that cares about them and their business. And this brings me to the underlying philosophy of all this that I mentioned at the beginning of the video right here, which is quality over quantity. If you focus on quality, you're not gonna need that much quantity. Everyone nowadays is like, oh yeah, you need a lot of quantity, you need a lot of volume. Yes, for sure. If you're sending these crappy copy-paste messages, yes, you're gonna need to send thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of emails until you get some decent clients. And here's the thing, those are the low tier clients. Do you think like some high-end marketer, some high-end website, e-commerce, whoever it is that you're trying to serve is going to respond to some copy-paste? No, they need quality. They need high level, they need customization, they need to work with someone that actually cares about them. And the good thing is that when you do this, even if you don't have a lot of proof, if you're demonstrating to them through your attitude, through the work that you're putting in, also through the quality, right? You might not have testimonials, you might not have the portfolio of someone who's been in the industry for 5-10 years, but if your shorts, if your website, if your copy is still solid, they're gonna be able to recognize that, and they might give you a chance if you're following all of these principles that I'm mentioning and you're being genuine and authentic and valuable. valuable, because this is the only way to land high-end customers. And the beauty is that once you do, then you'll have that portfolio, because if you work with high-end people and say they have like YouTube channels that are massive and they use your videos, and now all of a sudden your videos have generated 10 million views, or maybe they're running a lot of paid traffic. Now your copywriting, your headlines, your email letters, your ads, now maybe your ads have generated $5 million. And when you try to promote your services to the next customer, you can be like, hey, my videos have generated 10 million views, my copy has generated $5 million in sales, which are things that you cannot achieve if you go for low tier customers. You gotta focus on the big guys through quality. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful. I hope that the principles were clear. Again, feel free to join the Skool community, as this whole video was inspired by a question from there. But you have to join now, because I'm gonna be closing it once we reach a certain threshold of people there, and then it's gonna become a paid community. So make sure you join in now to lock your spot. Also, if it's your first time watching my channel, subscribe, because I'm releasing one new video every single day covering topics like health, wealth, relationships, spirituality, psychology. So make sure you subscribe, because I think they're pretty cool. And that's it, okay? And hopefully I will see you on the next video. Take care. Peace.